In 1994, The Crow was released to critical and commercial success. Unfortunately, though, The Crow did come at an extremely high price, and that was the sad passing of Brandon Lee on set. This is Sci-Fi Fans, and this is my tribute to The Crow and Brandon Lee for the 30th anniversary release of the film. The Crow is based on the comic book series of the same name by James O'Barr, and the original comic is also inspired by tragedy because it was inspired by the death of O'Barr's fiancée and a news story about a young couple that had been killed for a $20 engagement ring. Brandon Lee, as I mentioned, and everybody really knows that he played the role of Eric Draven, who was tragically killed during the film's production, and he was accidentally shot with a faulty prop gun, leading to one of the most infamous on-set accidents in movie history, only equalled, I feel, in recent times by the tragic shooting on the set of Rust, which is still a live case, incidentally. Despite Brandon Lee's untimely death, the film was completed using a combination of digital effects, body doubles, and previously shot footage. And this was a groundbreaking use of technology at the time, but it does help to preserve Lee's final performance and his legacy, really. The film's dark and gothic aesthetics are heavily influenced by German expressionism and the music video styles of the early 90s. Director Alex Poyes used stark lighting and dramatic angles to create a haunting atmosphere, which it does. If you haven't seen this film, I highly recommend that you do go and see it. Get it out on DVD. Get it on DVD. Show me age there. Yeah. Stream it somehow. It really is well worth watching. The Crow features a memorable soundtrack that includes artists like The Cure, 9 Inch Nails and Stone Temple Pilots. The music perfectly complements the film's dark, broody tone and has become iconic in its own right. And again, with when you make a film, you've got to get the soundtrack right, and they did here. I mean, think Howard Shore for Lord of the Rings, John Williams, Star Wars, James Horner, and a lot of the stuff that he did. You get a spot-on banging soundtrack and you're halfway there to having a decent film. The phrase "it can't rain all the time" became one of the film's most iconic lines, and this poignant quote, delivered by Brandon Lee's character, encapsulates the movie's themes of love, loss and hope. Michael Wincott, who plays the film's primary antagonist, Top Dollar, his menacing performance and unique look made Top Dollar a standout villain in 90s cinema. With the movie's intense fight scenes, they were choreographed by Jeff Imada, a renowned stunt coordinator who had worked on numerous action films. His expertise ensured that the action sequences stood out and were realistic. The Crow was released in May the 13th, 1919. Don't get me words out a minute. May the 13th, 1994, and became a critical and commercial success. It grossed over $50 million worldwide and has since achieved classic cult status. It also spawned a franchise, and I haven't seen the films in the franchise, and I believe Kirsten Dunst stars in one of those films. It's also going to be remade, and I feel that this is the kind of film that they should just leave well alone. How can you make this film, remake this film without Brandon Lee? How can you remake this film and make it and think you're going to be able to top it or better it or even come equal to it? You're not. The Crow is one of those films that should just be left alone. To honour Brandon Lee, the film's end credits include a dedication to him and his fiancée Elizabeth Hutton. This heartfelt tribute serves as a poignant reminder of Lee's legacy and the impact he had on the film and the film industry in general. I think it wasn't just this film, and his family, really. So thank you for joining me on this. Thank you for joining me as I've delved into The Crow, and hope you've enjoyed these facts. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more amazing movie trivia, and let me know in the comments what your favourite moment from The Crow is. Until next time, stay mysterious.